Hey, hi, hello, how are you doing? It's a new video. Cheers, am I right? Um, this is not a video which I planned on making. In fact, I wanted to make a video about Chisaki and talking about his character and how a lot of people seem to miss the point of his character. However, after watching the most recent episode of My Hero Academia, I sat down and I kind of thought about it real hard, and I decided that, hey, why not make a theory video instead? So let me. I think I already stated it before, but I just want to state it again. I am not a fan of heroes in My Hero Academia. I think that um, heroes in My Hero Academia are by far the weakest part of the story. They are so simple. They're not complex. They're not interesting. They are either not used properly or enough, such as Mirko or Ryuko or Nejiri. Um, just majority of female characters honestly is not being used properly in My Hero Academia, with like a few exceptions, such as Himiko. Or characters like Endeavor and Hawks, they are actually good, but everyone else, Todoroki as of late, Deku especially, Bakugo as of late, and essentially all the heroes are just so fucking one-dimensional, boring, plain, and just uninteresting. All Might is also one of the good ones with his, depression and just struggling with not being a hero. That's interesting. So yeah, the most interesting part about My Hero Academia right now are villains, and that's why I want to talk about the best villain in My Hero Academia, and the one I like the most, who is Kai Chisaki or Overhaul. I believe that his name is Kai. Just people usually call him Chisaki, so I don't really remember his first name because I think Chisaki is his last name. Anyhow, so what's the theory? Well, the theory is about him potentially coming back. Question mark? Well, I think he might come back, and I think there is a good reason for why he might come back, and if done right, um, a lot of good can come out of it. So first of all, why do I think that he deserves to come back or should come back? Well, simply he has a complex character that has not been explored to the full potential yet. I don't want to talk about it too much, but he is not really just a plain psychopath, sociopath monster that people make him out to be. He is a sociopath, yes, but there is a tragic backstory from what we can gather from the flashbacks, and like it or not, he does have affection for his boss, which to me shows that he's more complex than being just a horrible monster. It's not like he enjoyed torturing Eri. He just didn't care much about it, which is, not good, but he also did not enjoy it in like evil fashion. Uh so yeah, and on top of that, let's be honest. Tomura at some point will try to break out All for One from the prison. There's been a lot of theories that he will try to break him out. But All for One will not go, and All for One instead is going to give Tomura his quirk. Or, one for, or not one for all for one, yeah. Um, and that's how he's gonna get his power up. That's the theory that some people had regarding Tomura and All for One and what can happen between them. And if that happens, and also another reason why is because it can also finally show us who the traitor is, because the idea is that the traitor is going to somehow let the villains into the prison, and therefore he's going to let the prisoners out. There's going to be chaos, and if that's going to happen, Chisaki will go out. And another interesting point is that in the recent, I don't remember if it's a guidebook or something similar, but it is an official data source, and in there it's been stated that Chisaki does not need hands to use his quirk. And I should probably say that, yeah, there's going to be spoilers for the manga and, the rest of season 4, so watch at your own risk, but um, he does not need hands to use his quirk. It feels like an odd piece of information to mention, unless you plan to bring him back and then still have him fight, which I think might be the case. And once again, I think it would be really, really smart on Horikoshi's side to bring Chisaki back, because he can do wonders with his character. Now, some people assume that he might join villains, which I think is not going to be the case, because while he does hate heroes, he definitely hates Tomura a lot more. And now, don't get me wrong, the idea of him joining the villains and then kind of working against Tomura while being under Tomura, it does sound interesting, but I think what sounds even more interesting is Chisaki joining heroes. That's right, Chisaki would make an alliance with heroes just so he can get his hands on Tomura. But that's not even the juiciest part of the theory which I have. The juiciest part is, in fact, that he and Eri are going to bond together. Now, this might be an odd thing to say, but once again, I think there is gold in exploring Eri's and Chisaki's relationship further under a different angle. First of all, they could use Chisaki. You see, Eri wants to help Mirio by restoring him to the point where his quirk was not destroyed. And to do so, she needs to experiment with her quirk. Chisaki can be her guinea pig. I can see Chisaki just telling her to go with it, just so he can get his hands back. And it would also be kind of poetic with how Erin is now the one experimenting on Chisaki, even though she probably would not like this. I think there could be some potential in that. I also think that Eri does not hate Chisaki. She probably does not, not probably, she definitely does not like him. There's no sympathy, but I don't think she hates him. And if she learns about his backstory, which I am more than sure is tragic, I think there might be some... She might feel sorry for him in a sense. Now, speaking of Eri, a lot of people threw out the idea that as she grows up, she's going to become a hero and she's going to become a medical girl. To which I say, fuck you, bullshit, that is disgusting and horrible. Eri becoming a medical girl. Really? Fuck off. That is so fucking stupid. It honestly gives me a fucking aneurysm. It's like, why? Just why? Why can't she be someone badass? That's why I came up with much better idea. So, look at this way. Yakuza, right? The boss, we don't know in what state he is, but he might be dead, for all we know. Or at very least he will die relatively soon-ish, because he's not really old, but he's not really young either. Here's the plan. Eri becomes Yakuza's next boss. Would that not be amazing? And now imagine this on top. Eri becomes the boss, and the previous boss asks Chisaki to watch over Eri. Now, at first you might think that, oh, why would he do that? Well, there are several ways he could do that. First of all, his defeat might give him a new perspective on his ideals and his plans. It could give him a new way of thinking. But if you want to be a little bit more tragic with this, maybe because Chisaki was captured and did not have time to restore the boss in time, perhaps the boss is dying. And so Chisaki kind of directly, you might say, caused his death, And maybe it would be the boss's last request before he dies, for him to watch over Eri and for Eri to become next Yakuza's boss, which would not only force Chisaki to be with Eri as her protector, it would also give the two chance to communicate and have a new dynamic. And honestly, I would love to see Chisaki genuinely protecting Eri. Like I think that can be brilliant. Now I know that there's people who would rather see Chisaki burn and think that he's an absolute evil motherfucker with nothing nice in his heart and that he should just die, to which I say, fuck you. Like I don't know what else to say. It's like you can have your opinions, sure, whatever, you know, different people, different opinions, it's all subjective, but it's like you can't deny that his character has depth. You can't say that he's just a plain evil motherfucker, and I think that once again there's gold to be made with him, especially since, no offense, but majority of heroes in My Hero Academia nowadays honestly suck. I can't stand Deku and fucking Todoroki just getting worse. Fucking Bakugo is even becoming more and more boring. I'm not gonna go into details, but the way they fucking treated him in the joint training arc was disgusting. So yeah, just bring back Chisaki. Give us some delicious Chisaki stories. I had an idea in my mind, but I did not translate into words as properly as I hoped it would. But yeah, that's my theory. My theory that Chisaki, well, the fact that Chisaki will come, I think that has a high chance of happening, because once again, 99% there's going to be some sort of jailbreak during which, you know, Stain might come back, and I think if Stain is gonna break out and come back, I think Chisaki is definitely going to do something. Now, as to what he will do, will he try something independent? Will he try something with villains? Will he try something with heroes? That's up to interpretation. I think there's a good chance of him joining Heroes, not a 100% one, but like a good 50-60% chance. And I also think that it is a correct choice if you want to give him a character progression and character development, and especially if you want to redeem him in a in any fashion or sense of the word. I mean, we're getting a redemption for Endeavor, which I am all for, but Endeavor is honestly a worse person than Chisaki, and if he can get a redemption, I don't see why Chisaki can't get one. But yeah, that was my video. It's definitely on the shorter side, but I do hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Twitch down in the description if you want to see me play games. You know, if you want to stop by, you want to chill, you know, you want to give me a smooch, hey, feel free to. I'm not gonna mind. My novel, it's still a thing, not published yet, but it exists, so expect me to plug it in my every video once it is published. With that being said, this is probably going to be the last video which I record in a row. I kind of recorded the last 3 videos in a row, and hopefully I'm going to be able to edit them relatively fast and pump them out for your enjoyment. I guess you will see this video after the Steven Universe video, which I hope you enjoyed, and the next video will be a Final Fantasy video about Cloud of Darkness, so keep an eye on that if you're interested, which you should be. And yeah, that's about it. Keep enjoying your anime, keep reading your manga, keep on living, don't die, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.